Greetings and welcome. We've gathered here today to honor the memory of all our furious friends. And although they are no longer with us, they live on in our thoughts and in our hearts. The show must go on. Isn't that right, Raven? Welcome back to another weekly Vault video with me, Treggyz, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Right on to my furious boy that may not be quite as furious as it used to be. Quick note, I am still trying to get to 200 subs before the end of the year, and people have been very generous with their sub buttons the last week on YouTube here, so I'm only 10 subs away. Maybe if you're not subscribed today, maybe consider helping me out. It would be awesome. Thank you. Alright. So I did a good amount of work on my warrior last week. I should have 1 mythic raid slot, 2 mythic dungeon slots, and then everything else heroic. Which, you know, like oh boy, look at that myth speed weapon upgrade for my fury spec, I suppose. But I would probably go for one of these other things. Like, I don't actually have a tier chest yet, so that might be the thing. I already have a Mad Queen's Mandate. I don't need no boots. Got lucky with some BOE boots in raid. And then like all this stuff down here is sort of like whatever. It's a nice ring. Yeah, it's like yeah, I'm thinking probably just go for the chest so I can kind of play around with my pieces. I have all my tier. So it should be a tiny little upgrade for arms, which I'm probably going to be swapping to for the most part. Like, so, in case you don't know why I did that little weird intro, the Fury got nerfed, and it's one of these things that really sucks because, like, Fury was already kind of falling off. I'll talk about this more later on in the video, but, like, to keep it brief right now, Fury was already kind of going through its stages of not being quite top anymore. On the fights Fury was good at, it'll still probably be okay, but, like, now it's just going to kind of be terrible all the way through. So that's okay. Worry about like getting that all enchanted up later. But yeah, it's like been a little upset about those changes for Fury. It's like, you know, if Fury was absolutely just doing like 10% more than the next highest DPS, that would be like kind of grounds to justify nerfing it. But it's just like, man, Fury was kind of getting down bad all of a sudden. It went from being like top week 1, week 2, and then like last week it dropped like 20 ranks. You know, it's like it went from being the top spec to like the bottom third of all specs. It's sad, and Blizzard wanted to nerf Fury, so yeah. Let's move on to Treggyz in a fresh new look, looking real good with that Harvester stuff on. So last week was my goal was to get a 10 done on my DK, and it didn't quite happen, sadly, but I feel pretty good about doing it this week because I kind of changed some of my buttons around, and I kind of like, here's my my confession to everyone watching. So I've been playing Blood, Death Knight, you know, all expansion so far, and even though I've had it talented, I have not had Soul Reaper on my bar ever in Blood. So I finally got that fixed. I kind of playing with some new talents, so hoping to do some good work. And I went Frost spec in the hope of maybe getting a one-hander in the vault, and it seems like Blizzard is I just realized that was like that weird the weird pole arm that like people were talking about, like the first week you could like farm this in Asgahead or something. But yeah, I got 2 one-hand options. Although I'd probably just go for this one because it actually has crit on it. Just like this. It's also a pretty decent neck. I could even wear that for blood, even though I don't necessarily need extra haste, but you know. It's like it would be kind of nice to get something that's a little good for both specs. If only I know that this weapon doesn't have strength on it, but if only it didn't have haste on it, I could maybe consider picking that up for blood because I need to change around my crafted pieces. I kind of just I was like, I don't know what to craft. I'm just gonna do the same thing I did on my warrior. I'll go for the ascendant thing on the weapon, but like for tanking, it's actually not all that great. So could have probably done more with the gem thing. I can never remember what it's called, but want to just like have gems and you get like bonus damage based on your gem colors or something. I feel like there isn't really a great choice here for both of my specs. Like I could pick this just to start getting some frost weapons, or I could pick like this. This is probably my best thing for both specs. Because I do already have that trinket, but it's only a normal one. And I could probably eventually get one of these from Raid. It's going to probably be a minute still. I'd rather not take it away from an actual DPS who might need it, even if it's not necessarily the best trinket for DPS either. Like it's like literally a choice between like all the raid row, I think. Although this wouldn't be so bad for the Mog either. If only it showed up on a different character, I'd probably just pick it for Mog. I'm gonna, as much as it matters, I'm gonna sim it for blood. Because that works every time. Out of pure curiosity, I'm also gonna sim the weapon, this weird polearm. Just to see how it compares. But again, I'm probably going for one of these. Like if neither of these are like too great for blood, I'll probably just Ew, that weapon is not good. I don't know if it's just because like blood does not really care about haste anymore, at least not right now. But it's not that bad. Like it's only a little downgrade. The neck is like a tiny upgrade. I think neck might be the smartest choice overall. Might be. Lose some verse, and I kind of like where my verse is at right now. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with that. You know, and I get to save myself some gold on the socket too, so why not? Alright, onward we go to the next character. Did a decent amount of my Evoker as well. I think I got 2 dungeons and 2 dells. Yeah. Oh, looks like not really great choices. Yeah. Probably not the trinket, but I'll probably just upgrade. Looks like one of my tier pieces. This ring is kind of eh. Pretty sure it's eh for every single spec. So. Actually, it's probably just, yeah, it's like going from veteran to hero seems better than champ to hero. And I get speed for it, so yeah, I'll just do that. Don't need to think too hard on it. And I can even get my 4 set right now, can't I? Yes. Can indeed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Having a bit of a transmog malfunction. Last of my main 4 characters who needed a tier set, so also good little vault for this guy. What are you up to down there, huh? Causing ruckus in the background. I see how it is. I think my monk got the same amount of stuff. Like last week was the first week where I felt like I actually did I got a lot of stuff done ahead of time. Which I guess I only got one dungeon slot, but that's fine. It's not ideal. Looks like I just go for the ring, even though it's not really great. Just feels bad to go for a socket on this character. I could just socket my helmet because it's a hero one, so it's probably as best as I'm gonna get on this guy, at least for a good while. I don't think I've had to pick a socket yet on any of my characters. Just like, if only this ring had if it had been verse instead of haste, or vice versa. Like, if it had been heavy verse and haste, I would have taken it. But heavy crit and haste is like, I don't really know of any of my specs that really like that. Yeah. I think it's a losing battle. I think I go for the socket and just move on with my life because it's all kind of weird. I already got essentially. So I could pick up the cloak for Windwalker, I guess. I'm not super sure I want to play Windwalker. I went from not liking Windwalker to kind of liking it. Now I'm kind of back to not liking it again. But maybe it's because I still don't really have good gear for it. So maybe if I tried to get a little more haste on stuff, it'll be more enjoyable. So it's I guess. Actually, yeah, you know what? I think I talked myself out of it. I'll go for this for a Windwalker cloak, even though it's still not even really a great Windwalker cloak. It's like the stats I would want are flipped, but I don't really feel like taking a socket yet this early on. So I guess I got a nice new cloak for Windwalker or whatever. I'm happy to be wrong about that choice too, and oh, you should probably have picked a socket, Treggyz. Why are you so stupid? I don't know. It's because the beanie restricts my brain and blood flow. And last week, because again I felt like I was kind of on top of things, I actually have some bonus vaults for people because I kind of was just kind of feeling nostalgic, and I felt like playing some other characters again, so I actually did. I think just 2 delves on my pally. Because I kind of really miss. I know prop pally isn't all that great right now, but I do miss playing it. So I think it might be coming back. And I also had gotten a venerated tier piece hands, a warbound piece, excuse me. That I was oh, I don't really know if I want to play a shaman or a priest anytime soon, so I'm pretty sure I just auto go for that. And, oof. I was gonna say I already have this great trinket on champion. Should I really? You really shouldn't have Blizzard given me an upgrade to it on hero track. How kind to get such a good trinket upgraded. It is funny. It's 13 eye level higher, and the actual damage it does is only increased by 700 damage a second, 740-ish damage a second. Ooh, it's so good. I literally only am using it because I was doing my delves, and I picked it up as an option. As you can see, I still have my Dragonflight cheat death trinket on because I just don't really have anything else that's good. I have this thing, and I kind of just hate that trinket. And this is like, it's only crit. I should probably just swap it out, but kind of feeling nostalgic for right now. And I think I'm just gonna instantly go for these nicely statted legs for Pot Valley. Even I can definitely say like kind of a decent split on mastery and haste right now is good for this guy. Usually, I think at the end of Dragonfight, I was going for more like haste and verse, just to not be so dependent on consecration. But just the weird way I was thinking about it, it still worked out. Like I still feel like I did pretty well on my prop pally. So got one more. Again, I was just like playing some of my old tanks. I got Demon Hunter leveled up. I did some delves and did a key on it. Playing Vengeance again for the first time in a while was also, like, fun. That's the trinket that isn't very good, huh? If I remember right. And damn, I would have loved to have seen this neck on my Death Knight. That would have been awesome. Yeah, that's LFR, so... She got some decent choices then, because I have really shit trinkets. Like I literally have the trinket I was just talking about, and this other one which has leech on it, so I don't feel so bad about using this one. But this one is like, it doesn't feel all that great to like have a cast time, especially because it's like a full 1.5 second cast. It like takes a hot minute. Probably gonna just go for the chest, even though it's not. Good. This is a really good chest for Havoc, I believe. If I remember my stats for it right. Never actually read what that trinket does before, so that's kind of interesting. Big AoE bomb on mobs, or you can intercept it to get yourself a buff. That's kind of weird. Kind of different. I think I just go for tier, because I should have. Yes, this is the first week where we have 3 whole charges, so I can actually get Forset right now in this character. Which is a nice change of pace. I think in season 3 or season 4 of Dragonflight, it literally took me this long to get Forset. I think I had to get like all 4 charges of the twist to actually get Forset, if I remember correctly. So I'll take probably getting it today, as long as I actually have other pieces to twist that aren't terrible, like 2 adventurer slots. Yeah, that may not actually work out until I get those changed out, but I'd rather be as close as I am than further away. So if you're here for Vault content, that's all I got. Did some bonus ones for you guys this week. Yeah, it's fun to bust out some old characters like that. Like, I really miss playing Prop Pally. Kind of like playing Blood has been pretty fun. And like I said, when I was on them, I changed up some talents and changed up some buttons to kind of like have it's a little more comfortable to play now. And I actually have all my damage buttons, because like I felt bad playing it in Raid. And, like, I know I raid lead on the character, but, like, I usually, even raid leading, I usually still get, like, blues and purple parses here and there. And I do on my Death Knight, but I only for healing most of the time. So I actually want to do, like, good damage. And not having Soul Reaper, bound or even on your bars when you have it talented for... How long has it been now? We've been raiding for a little over a month now. Just under a month. To not even press it once in raid, people are probably going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Treggyz? Like, I don't know. just copy and pasted the WoW had talents, man. I didn't find room for it because I didn't have room for all the other buttons you have to pick nowadays for Blood, but I do have it. I have everything keybound now. I have buttons for all of it now. I have, in my opinion, better talents now. So feeling pretty good about playing Blood tonight. And tomorrow in raid, we talking about raiding on my DK. We weren't actually able to kill Queen and Shrek last week for our ahead of the curve. Sadly, we were kind of just choked in phase one for 3 hours. And I was hopeful to kill it, but you know, because we had a whole night essentially just to do Queen and Shrek because we did our normal skip and all the re-clear of the rest of heroic, and then it was literally just Queen for Wednesday raid night, and I was feeling hopeful, but I was like, phase one is still going to really trip people up because it's not free. It isn't that bad once you've done, you know. I probably have 100+ pulls on phase one between both of my raiding guilds I play in, so I have a decent amount of experience with every single set of abilities and stuff coming out, but that's not quite for everybody. So I do really hope that this week will be better on the queen killing part. And to kind of talk about it a little more, Blizzard in their excuse me, Blizzard in their infinite wisdom decided to nerf Fury Warrior, which I know I already talked about it earlier. It's such a, I don't know, disappointment. It's like it was already kind of falling off, and I was pretty much already planning on playing arms for most of the raid on Mythic, but now it's like my hands are forced, and I pretty much have to, like, I think I'll still be playing Fury for like Brood Twister and maybe Queen eventually, right? Because it depends on when we get to it, and if Blizzard goes through with the Fury got nerfed today, and then I believe they're also still planning on nerfing it when we get the anniversary patch, which, fuck, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure after this week, Fury is going to be bottom DPS by a lot on bosses. Like, specifically, if you go to Warcraft logs and damage to bosses, Fury is the lowest class. I'm sure I already have it like on the screen or something in the edit, but Fury's down bad already, and we're going to get nerfed again in like a month's time or a few weeks' time, whenever they decide to drop that thing. So hopefully Blizzard doesn't do that. It would make me sad, quite a bit sadder, but at least I can still play arms. Although it's like arms also got a tiny nerf because Blizzard nerfed our Slayer hero tree. So sad, very very sad. Just trying to kind of rack my brain on anything else to talk about. I think I'm kind of done for this week. So hope everyone enjoys. Remember, please, if you're not subscribed, maybe today is the day. I would greatly appreciate it. I would like to hit, like, one of the nice things is like this like little goal of hitting 200 subs for the end of the year. Since it already kind of has gotten dominated, I could essentially just like change gears and say like, oh, I'd like to hit 250 by the end of the year. It might be doable. It might not, but guess we'll see when I actually hit 200. But I would greatly appreciate it, because in classic YouTuber sub-begging terms, typically on videos that do decently well, like my last week's Vault video did, it was like the first one in a little while that got like a couple hundred views, and it's one of those things when like you kind of like double or triple or whatever amount of more views on your video you get than like you actually have subs. It's like, it'd be really great if like half of those guys weren't subbed, they just subbed and helped the guy out, but it ain't always like that. But it would be great to get some help out today if you're not already subbed, and I'll keep quiet about it for a minute. So thank you again for watching. I'll be back next week, and I'll be streaming tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend, as I do over here over here on YouTube and on Twitch. So keep it posted. I don't know why I wanted to say keep it posted, but you do you. I'll see you around.